What's up, guys? All right, so today, this is so cool. Our school the school I work for, got 18 ukuleles in the mail. So what's really neat is our class, our general music class, gets a chance to play these ukuleles at least up to the end of the year, and then we'll pass them on to the next class. And this is what they look like, direct from Amazon. It's just a box, and there's a ukulele in there somewhere. But we'll talk about the unboxing and everything in just a second. I gotta clear my throat. Anyway, so when we unbox any instrument, number one thing is you're gonna look for any damage to the box. You're gonna look for any damage to the instrument itself before you even think about playing it. If it needs to be tuned up, you need to tune it up and all that stuff. So, yeah. I should have brought my water. This is not going to be good, but sorry, it is what it is. So here's what the box looks like. Yeah, I should have brought my water. Oh well. Anyway, it's about as long as my arm, just a little longer. This is what happens when you eat a granola bar right before a live stream, by the way. Anyway, I'll try to go a little slower. There's a little hole right here, and a pretty big gouge in the back. So I'm kind of concerned about this. If there are any scratches or deformities on the ukulele, I definitely have to write that up to Amazon or really the purchaser. I'm not gonna tell you what brand this is. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out once I bring the ukulele out. But I'm actually not sure right now myself. So let's lift up the lid, see what we got. There are some staples on the edge, so if you do get something like this, you gotta be careful with these. They're pretty good most of the time. They're not exposed once you lift the lid, but just be careful. So here's the lid coming off. This is what it looks like on the outside and inside. There, cool. And this is what you have when you open the box. Pretty neat. The ukulele is wrapped up in this foam material, and as far as I know, I don't see anything that's alarming. You have this rubber band around the top, and there are some holes, like I guess it's for humidity issues or something, just so that if there is any moisture trapped on the ukulele, at least it has some kind of room to escape. So there's that. Let's take this off for a moment, and we'll set this down so I can show you what else is inside. We have a case, and it looks like a neck brace right here. This is what that is. A tuner from China. The T in tuner is red because obviously, yeah, very interesting. This is what the case looks like. It's actually pretty nice. It's not very thick, but it has a full zipper on the side. I'll unwrap that. Little handle to carry. Pretty neat. And it's like a backpack style. You could sling it around your shoulder or something like that. It's actually kind of nice. When I unzip the bag, it's interesting. Just have to do that like so. And I don't want to ruin the zipper. Some of these cheaper made, or you know, they just aren't that good. Yeah, so it's not that bad. There's no padding inside. That's what's kind of a concern for me as a music teacher and as a ukulele player myself. There is some fraying on the side. Keep in mind this is a $40 purchase, so you get what you pay for, but it's still good for classroom use, and that's kind of why I ordered it, right? Okay, and then one more time, there's the tuner. That's what it looks like. There you go. And the neck brace. All right, let's go back to the ukulele. And we're gonna have to unwrap the foam around the outer portion of it. When I take the ukulele out, I'm gonna kind of sit it in my lap. I'm not gonna pull it out, but I'm just kind of like push it down and then catch it with my hand just in case it, you know, tips over. There you go. It's a Cadence ukulele. I don't know if you can see that. The logo looks pretty cool. Sharp edges on the headstock. Tuners look like that on the back. Looks like there's some plastic just to keep the gears from getting dust inside or something. Front again. Here's our fretboard and neck. Pretty nice. When I slide my finger on the bottom, I can tell that the frets are a little bit raised, and actually I can tell, I don't know if you can see that, but the frets go past the neck. You really don't want that to happen, just because you know, you could accidentally cut your finger while you're sliding around. Not that our junior high is going to be able to do that yet. Most of the chord shapes are in the first 3 frets, so they shouldn't have anything to worry about. But you don't want to move your hand up and down too fast, because you could accidentally cut your finger. Now these frets aren't that bad, but since it's a cheaper model, you want to be aware of that. The nut looks good. This is what the strings are sitting on at the top of the headstock. Here's the body, the sound hole right here. And inside, I don't know if you can see that, but there's some really nice bracing inside. Just a traditional bracing. And not bad, not bad. Pretty good tone response as far as I can tell. Here's the bridge. Obviously, it's going to be, you know, a cheaper sound, but here's the side. A thinner piece of wood on the top, back. Looks really cool. Okay, so let's tune this up, because I'm really curious to see how it actually sounds and how it actually plays. Let's grab the tuner with the red T and open that. It says accurate tuning, long-lasting life, a key control, 360-degree rotating. That's really interesting. Okay, no comment. There it is. We're gonna take it out of the bag. Just be careful. This is what the tuner looks like. Pretty cool. It's kind of like a snark, I guess. If you know what a snark tuner is, it basically clips to the headstock. I think that's what it meant by the 360-degree capability. And we already lost something. Oh, here's the battery. I'm sorry. I thought that was part of the actual clip. So there you go. Let's undo the back. There's a power button in the back and the sliding door for your battery. Battery looks like a, what, 2032? I was right, 2032. How do I know that? It's because my car takes the same battery. Looks like the plus side is down. I'm just gonna guess. Oh, I'm sorry, the negative side should be down. We'll see. Oh, yes, that is correct. So negative side is down, positive side is up. Door goes back on. There are really small plastic tabs for this, so you just want to be careful. Like if you're purchasing this is just to be aware. There you go, and the tuner actually already came on, and it looks really cool. I love the blue light. Let's put it on the headstock and see what we got. It's pretty nice. It's not bad. I don't know if you can see that, but there you go. Let's see if I pluck the G string, what would happen. Oh, wow. Looks like we're getting a C sharp, so let's tune that up. Got a long way to go to get to G. We're almost there. Tuning gears are pretty good. Yeah, that's a nice gear ratio there. And I'm looking at the tuner, and the response is not bad either. Let me see if I can turn that up a little bit. There you go. Yeah, not bad. All right, so it turns green when you actually hit the note, which is kind of cool. Here's C. We're really close, actually. Right on. E. Oh, we have a lot to go here. That's okay. Really close. E, and then this should be A. It is not A. This is your bottom string. Really close. There we go. Okay, so after you tune a ukulele, and it doesn't matter what kind of ukulele you have, a really expensive one, cheap one, doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is stretch the strings a little bit. So I'm going to take my finger, it could be right hand, left hand, doesn't matter. I'm going to wiggle just over the sound hole, find the 12th fret, wiggle that right there, and then the 5th fret. And all you're doing is just stretching the string a little bit These are nylon, I believe, so it's not a huge deal breaker if you can't do it right away, but it should happen usually on day one if you can. Definitely helps keep the instrument in tune, and that goes for ukulele and guitar. All right, here we go. This is one more. This is a G. And that buzzing actually is my button hitting the ukulele. Don't think that's the ukulele itself. There you go. And then here should be C, E, and A. Now I noticed that some of the strings are like way off, so I'm going to stretch them one more time. Not as much as the last time, excuse me. So just wiggling them again. Sound hole, 12th fret, 5th fret, or thereabouts. And the reason I'm doing that, again, is to make sure that the ukulele stays in tune once we actually tune it up. So should be the last time. G, C, actually was already there, E, getting a nice sound, A. Beautiful. Okay, so here's my first chord. Should be a C chord, and if you don't know how to play that, that's first, second, and third finger right there. And here you go. Not bad. A minor is the middle finger on the top, second fret. Here's F. Just add your index finger on the first fret, and G7. So I do hear some buzzing on the second fret, which is kind of worrisome since we just got these today. Let me turn this off. Just the power button in the back. I guess you press and hold. Press and hold. Yep, press and hold. Okay. Anyway, so that's kind of concerning. Let's see. Yeah, so if I press my finger down on the second fret A string, it's buzzing for me. If that happens, you can do several things. One, if your neck has a truss rod, you can see if you can adjust the truss rod, but since this is a ukulele, most ukuleles don't have that. So what you also could do is you could file some of the frets down, and I'm going to see if there's a certain fret that's buzzing on. And actually, I can already tell that one of these frets, actually the third fret, is raised just a little bit. And I don't know if I can press that in with my finger or not, but I could try hammering it in, which would be interesting. But I gotta be careful with not hitting the strings and avoiding the strings. So there you go, guys. That's the unboxing of a Cadence ukulele. It's pretty cool. I really enjoy it, and I can't wait to share this with my students. It's a $40 ukulele, so it's not going to be a huge, expensive option, I guess, when it comes to sound and tone quality, but it's perfect for a classroom setting. If you're looking for ukuleles, I did a little bit of research, didn't have much time, but this was my #1 option on Amazon. So if you wanted to find something on Amazon that was under $50, this is okay, but you got to be aware of what you're getting into. Some of the frets are raised up, and you might have to push them in or take a small hammer and avoid hitting the neck, but just lightly tap the fret back in if you can. If the fret is sticking out from the neck, just take a little file. You'll have to tape everything else off. Take a little file and go, down away from the neck, away from the fretboard, and you only need to do a few strokes. Maybe once or twice would be the amount I would recommend. So something to think about. Again, less than $50. It's a $40 ukulele on Amazon. It's pretty cool, again, and I can't wait to share it with my students. So this is the first time for my phone. I'm live streaming, by the way, so I'm glad that you were able to join me, you guys. If you have any questions, just leave something in the comments, and I'll try to catch you back next time. All right, take care. God bless.